Welcome to the Daily Dish with New York Times bestselling author Leanne Ely. Putting vibrancy back into your everyday life and feeding your heart, mind, body, and soul. Join us every day at 1 p.m. Eastern for Motivational Monday, Tuesday's Tip, Wise Woman's Wednesday, Thirsty Thursday, Food Fight Friday, and of course Q&A, where no question is off limits, and Soulful Saturday. Here is your host, Leanne Ely, and the Daily Dish.
Ta-da! Good job, Jenny. You know, Jenny's on the other end. She's being like Miss Producer. How's everyone? Are you ready for Friday? It's Q&A. Oh my goodness. What a day so far. It's lots of rain here. I don't know about what's going on in your neck of the woods, but it makes me a little sad. I do love it when it's really warm and sunny out there. I see Beverly and Jackie, Sharon. Good to see you. Beverly is in the house. Amber's here, of course, and Jenny's here. Hello, guys. Rosemary's here on time. Yes, you get points for that. And Yvonne is from Whittier, by the way. You know, that's my hometown. Jama's in the house. Hi, Lucy. Good to see everyone. We're all here, and today is Q&A. You know that what that means. I don't know how I'm going to quite do that, but I'll figure it out. Everything is in Slack, so we'll just go from there and work it all out. Hi, Joanne. Hi, Martha, Eileen, Jocelyn, Teresa. Good to see everyone. You know what? You just made our gala so wonderful. Did we have fun or what? You know, we're going to have a pajama party. Stay tuned for that. We're going to have a pajama party in March coming up. So mark your calendar. I don't know. We don't actually have a date yet, but it's always on Friday night so we can have a glass of wine. Can I just let's be real. Let's be real about that. Hey, Willa Dean, good to see you. I'm glad you're here. She's over there on YouTube. And if you're a YouTube joiner just joining us, let us know that you're in the house and say hello in the chat, because then we get to see you, which we love. I think I can see Airtable. I'm not sure. So tell me if you still see me when I do this, because I just went over into our whole thing. I'm pulling up my Airtable. I'm pulling up Friday. Can you still see me? I'm coming. Okay. Oh, crap. Why is it doing that? Okay, that's not good. I don't know. Can you still see me? Everyone can see and hear you. Seriously, my hair? Thank you, Sarah. Guess what? You remember when I told you that my curlers were broken? They were not. It was the outlet. It was the outlet. So how do you like that? Anyway, I dug them out of the trash and I used them today. Thank you so much for that. Julie, it's good to see you. Eileen, Catherine, yay. Who's in the house? Mimi and Tammy and Kathy. Look at all you guys. Elizabeth, you can see me when I go to this other page. Well, that's a good thing, because I don't know if we can see me. I can't see me. So, okay, good job. Thanks, Elizabeth, for that. I appreciate it, because I'm going to be going back and forth between here and there. I guess the camera's on, right? So today is Q&A. We have 8 really good questions all queued up. And then, so that's number 1. And then number 2, I know, it makes me feel like a real moron. I'm in the trash digging it all out. You had to have seen it. Mark just looked at me like, you didn't test the outlet? Well, no, I didn't test the outlet. Sorry about that. So let me just tell you a couple things. Coming up next week, I'm kind of theming out the weeks. I'm going to kind of give a thought of everything. I'm glad Janine's with Joanne. They're sisters, and she's visiting in Florida. They're taking care of their dad together, which is really neat. I think that's awesome. But what we're talking about here is next week. I told you about Bite the Frog first. You know, it's a Mark Twain quote. Mark Twain says I can't remember exactly what it is, but you basically, if you have a big frog, let me see if I have it. Do I have it here? No, of course not. That would be too easy. If you have a big frog, eat that first. And if you have 2 frogs, eat the ugly one first. So I've been thinking how that's all been playing into my whole, life, and how just putting first things first has made such a big difference. And it's keeping me in the place of, oh, what was that? What did you say, Peggy Noonan? Consistency. Gosh, I just love it. First things first. So we're going to talk about that next week, and how when we put first things first, everything changes, everything shifts. Vanessa's in the house. Good to see you, Susan. Nice to see you as well. Anyway, I'm so glad you're all here. And I want to get busy, there's Marianne, with our day, shall we? We got a lot of questions. Let's get them answered. First things first, if you occasionally accept occasional unacceptable behavior, it's only a matter of time before you accept routine unacceptable behavior. Wise women don't do that. No, they don't, because they stand up for themselves and they have a voice in their own life. And further, they take it one step further and they say, no more unacceptable behavior, right? Look at all these. There you go. So here's today's announcements. There it is, the Daily Dish Show. That's what we're watching here, folks. If you haven't seen this before and you're wondering what the heck aren't you supposed to be cooking something? No, this is the Daily Dish Show, where we put vibrancy back into your everyday life. Listen, I've been helping families save dinner for 20 years. We are now moving into all these empty nests. Do you know, I've got women who've been with me for 20 years. They've got an empty nest just like I do, and it's time to start taking care of, the one that we have to take care of, ourselves. And so that's what we do. And that's what we start with the hot melt sprint, because that's the gateway drug, shall we say? And then we move into this whole idea of, we're more than just a pair of jeans. We're more than just the color of our lipstick. We want all the things. We want the vibrancy back into our lives. We don't want to just be a bunch of old ladies and just saying, yeah, that's it, I'm done. No, absolutely not. We're just starting. That's why we have Full Bloom. Joanne's giving me the pinkies up. And Joanne and I, if you have not seen, there's a picture, Joanne posted it, from 2003, 18 years ago, of Joanne and I, both just a tad heavier, can you say, in the Hot Melt Sprint group. And, that's our secret clubhouse, by the way. If you're not a part of that, what are you waiting for? You need to be a part of that, be a part of the sprint, be a part of what we do, because the whole thing is just one big, beautiful mess, shall we say. It's so fun. Anyway, my whole point is that there's a picture of us, and you got to see it. We go way back. Joanne and I go way back. And, at the time when we got to, I guess would say, she was dealing with kids. We're done dealing with kids. Kids are gone. So now it's time for us. You ready for that? Pinkies up? I say, put your pinkies up, sisters, because we have work to do. We have a vibrant life to live. And what we're going to start with right now, today, Q&A. But first of all, can I ask you to save the date? Who wants to come to Full Bloom? We're going to be doing, it's still virtual Full Bloom for right now, for April anyway. April 24th, Saturday, April 24th. Save the date. Put it on your calendar. Save the date. Who wants to come? If you want to come, put your pinkies up, because it's going to be great. It's going to be epic. We had emails saying that it was transformational. And this is what we want. Yes, because Joanne, we are wine. Yes, we are wine. We age like wine. A fine bottle of wine, that is. Not some box crap. Can I just say? Anyway, let's get to the questions. Margaret, we want you to come to Full Bloom. How about a mug with someone or somebody eating a frog? You know what, Rosemary? Absolutely not. We eat our frogs in private, We eat our frogs in private. I wish you could have seen me cursing. Well, no, I don't want to have anybody see me. But I was not happy with my bar instructor today. Can I just tell you? It was difficult. She was like, okay, now you're down here. Now get up. And I'm like, wait, I'm coming. Am I right? You guys know. I mean, this is not, things just don't pop right back up like they used to. I'm working on it, but it's hard. Joanne's Full Bloom right. Oh, she'll be there. Absolutely. Joanne's one of my favorite cheerleaders. Don't forget, we still have mugs available. I thought we would be gone, but we still have a few left. We've got a new one on the way. So we got the dregs, the last of the last of the last. If you want a full bloom mug, or it's not a full bloom mug. If you want a mindful mug, go to savingdinner.com/mug to go grab yours. Sunny yellow, they say, don't get mad about the results you didn't earn from the work you didn't do. One of those cosmic 2x4s to remember, go back to doing first things first. Ooh, I'm telling you, I'm on fire about that. And our quote decks are also getting a little thin. Quote decks are just, these things are environmental. Environmental. It helps you to remember who you are, you know? Do you remember that part in Star Wars? And this is, you know, I can't remember the whole thing, but it was the part where Luke Skywalker is like doubting himself. He can't do it. He can't whatever. And suddenly he hears Yoda's voice or someone's, remember who you are. Remember who you are. That's the whole thing. Let's get back to center. Let's remember who we are. That's what these do. Remember who you are. You're going to sit down to a mindful meal. Target trifecta, protein, fat, and good green healthy fiber, right? We remember, and we're not going to eat like Hoover vacuum cleaners. This stuff helps us. These quote decks are amazing, and you can find them at savingdinner.com/quote. They remind us of who we are and what we're trying to do in our lives. We're trying to get rid of the voice in our heads that tells us that we're not enough, because we are, right? We are. That's all. And when we see it, and when we see it, and when we see it, we know it. There's Rena, and we've got Rena's questions for you today. And apparently you're having some difficulty, and I don't know how to help you with that. So there you go on all of that. And anyway, let's go ahead and get started, because we have so many questions. I want to make sure that you're all taken care of. Okay, so is this not right? Is this right? Okay, there it is. All right, the first one is from our friend Julie. And she said, you sent out a lovely email on meat and poultry storage. Could you please do the same for spices, nuts, seeds, oils, vinegars, and other dry additions? You said last Friday to store your maca powder in the refrigerator. That surprised me. It's me wondering what else I'm doing wrong. Julie, that's a really good question. You know, any nuts and seeds that you have for any period of time, you really want to make sure that those nuts and seeds are, remember that they start, oh, look at you, Linda. I'm so excited for you. I'm so glad you're a part of our community. But when we have nuts and seeds, those are the beginning of life. And in that it's very nutrient dense, everything that it needs to make a little tree or a little plant, right? So what we need to do is make sure that they're in a cool, dry place, as with any vinegars, any flours, anything like that. We need to make sure it's in a cool, dry place. Oils too. Now, once that oil is opened, with the exception of fresh pressed olive oil, because I know what that's made out of, and even our avocado oil that we get from Ava Jane's, you don't have to put those, believe it or not, because they're hardy enough, and it's the first pressing. You do not have to put those in the refrigerator, but you do need to keep them away from heat, and you do need to keep them in a dark place. So those things are really important. That's how we store things. And remember, we also have to remember too that just because we put things in the fridge or in the freezer or whatever, that does not mean that it's hermetically sealed and it's going to last forever and ever. This is not King Tut's tomb that we're putting stuff in. You know, they found honey that were in tombs that still lasts forever and ever. Well, unfortunately, we don't have that issue. So that's what we need to know. And as far as efficacy with spices, if you think cool, dark, and in a dry place, you should be good. But you should also, I'm going to make a big plea to everyone, unless you are cooking for an army, please don't buy those huge things of spices in Costco. I mean, I have a beef bone to pick with Costco. They sell them and you're thinking, oh, that's such a good deal. How long? Who's going to go through that much oregano in 6 months? No one. You know, it's going to last forever. It seemingly lasts forever. But if you open up one of your spices and smell it, and it doesn't smell like anything, or it smells like grass clippings or weeds or whatever, out it goes. I like to buy spices in smaller sizes. And as a matter of fact, in the old days when I actually went out grocery shopping and would go to the Earth Fair or, one of those places where they had spices in a help yourself kind of a thing. And they had the little tiny scoops and all of that. I'm sorry, you guys have a hair that's tickling me. But I always used to buy it. Like I'd buy a little bit of turmeric. I'd buy a little bit of, whatever, like tarragon, because I don't use tarragon that often. So I buy these little bits and it cost like 5 cents, just a little bit. And it was so fresh. It was organic. It was non-radiated, non-GMO, the whole 9 yards. It was so amazing. It was so amazing. Now I buy my spices and I keep them in a drawer. I don't keep them, people keep them on racks right next to their ovens and it looks kind of cute or whatever, but you don't need light exposed to them and they need to be in a dark, cool place. Next to your stove is the worst possible place and they will go quickly. Okay. And when in doubt, throw it out and smell them. Don't buy whole big things of spices. Buy what you need and in the smallest jar possible. One of my favorite places for getting spices, actually, believe it or not, is Trader Joe's because they go through their stuff. I like to buy dried beans there when I use dried beans, and it's not so often, but I will use dried beans on occasion. And that's where I'll go for that too. There's nothing worse than stuff that's been sitting there forever and ever. It doesn't last forever. You have them sitting in front of you, Kimberly? Well, good. Yeah. But you know what? Salt is not the enemy. Bad salt's the enemy. I'm going to say that right now. Salt is not the enemy. Bad salt is the enemy. If you've got pink salt, we need salt. Every single cell of our bodies needs salt. Without enough salt, your heart doesn't function. So the problem with salt is the problem with processed foods. It's not whole foods. It's not whole. If you are cooking with whole foods and you're not doing weird sauce mixes that you're shaking an envelope in and going, who knows what the heck this is, and all the stuff that has mystery ingredients and ingredients this long, that's the problem. Processed foods are over salted. If you're using real food and using real ingredients to make meals, then you're not going to have that problem with salt. And yes, you need to add salt, and salt brings things out. Salt is not the enemy. Bad salt is the enemy. Bad salt. There you go, Kimberly. I love my pink Himalayan salt too. So good. So good. And there's other minerals in there as well. Let's get to the next question. Oh gosh, I keep coming to go away. Slack keeps popping up. All right. And vinegars, vinegars, same idea. Dark, cool. Just think dark, cool. The reason I say keep your matcha in the refrigerator, because it's even better when it's in the refrigerator and it lasts a little bit longer because you only use a little bit at a time. Okay, this is from Nani. She said, you talk about the Trifecta shake smoothie. I don't know what this is. I'm a type 2 diabetic and don't know if this would be something I should even drink. I'm also overweight. If you could explain, this would be helpful. Well, yeah, this is one of the most important things in the world, Nani, and I hope that I think you can appreciate it. So it's Target Trifecta, and the reason we call it Target Trifecta is because we're targeting getting enough protein, getting enough fiber, and getting enough fat in. Fat is important, but good healthy fat. Good healthy fat because it helps satiate us. Fiber is important. We don't need to get it from wheat and rice and grains and all these things that are just going to really impact our blood sugar. We stay away from it and we go with our fiber with green, healthy fiber that we're going to get from a little bit of spinach and just juice veggies, and Fiber Mender, which is our fiber add-in to everything, which is phenomenal, with 4 different fibers in it and 10 grams of fiber per scoop. So when you have all of these things, when you have fat, when you have fiber, and when you have protein all together, you are hitting all of the things that are going to give you a balanced plate or a balanced smoothie and are going to help you lose weight, stay satiated, and get all the nutrients you need right at the get-go. That's why we love our Target Trifecta smoothie. Would it be good for you? Oh, heck yes. Is it good for type 2 diabetics? All the way. And I'm telling you, I don't know if I have any folks here with insulin issues or diabetes or anything that want to make a shout out, but we've had a lot of gals who've actually done the sprint and been able to cut way back on type 2 diabetic insulin type medications. So I invite you to that. Hey, Amy, good to see you. I'm glad you're here. Anyway, definitely, I would get into that. But if there was one thing that I could do, is put everybody into the place of having a smoothie habit every single day. It sets you up for success, because remember what I said? Look, we're talking about eat the frog first and all of that. Well, I don't consider this an ugly frog at all, but I do consider this first things first. This is how, well, you break your fast, I always say, with my hot milk mix, but the smoothie is setting you up nutrient-wise for incredible success. There we go, Jen. There you go. Look at that. She dropped her A1C by 2%. I'm so proud of you, Jen. That is so amazing. Joanne, you give your dad, good. I did not know your dad was a type 2. See, this stuff, this has efficacy. There's science behind it. There's a reason for each and every ingredient. It does everything. Oh, Margaret, look at you. Oh my goodness. I'm so proud of you, by the way. I'm so proud of you. Thank you, Amy. It is the best habit ever, isn't it? Because it gives you bearings. It gives you a foundation, and it helps you so that you're able to go to the next level of what it is that you're trying to do in your life. My lights keep going on and off. I think the electrician is here. Thanks, guys. Anyway, I hope I'm still online. You've been off insulin. Oh my goodness, look at you. That's so good, Lucy. I'm so proud of you. See, it just works. It just works. And I have been doing this for over 20 years, you guys. Not with my own products, now doing with my own products, because I designed ours to help women just like us. That's what it's all about. We're all in this together. And that is the big differentiator. So if you go to Saving Dinner and you're saying, okay, so how do I get started with this? Well, go to savingdinner.com, and then when you do your shopping, look for the kits, because the kits put all the products together that you'll need to make the Target Trifecta smoothie that we're talking about, and you get a discount. We do this on purpose because I want to get you started. I want to get you on your way. Am I still online? I sure hope so. My light just went out and it keeps going off and on. I'm going to go text somebody in a minute. All right. Thank you, Kimberly. You are so sweet. Okay. You ready for the next question? Let's go with that. And Kathy says, oh, this is a good one. What does Leanne do for bar exercise? Well, Kathy, I just did a 45-minute bar class this morning. And, when you have these little 20-something-year-olds teaching bar class, I mean, believe me, they're limbered. They're doing splits one way, then they're doing splits the other way. Then they've got they're laying down. They've got their legs out here and they're laying down. And I'm going, oh, sure. That's fabulous. Fabulous. I'm just like, oh, boy, I've lost my flexibility. But I'm working on that right now. So what I do for bar class right now, I have a Peloton bike. That was my big thing, is because I'm trying to build my endurance as well. Fitness isn't just one thing, because let's just say this, without fitness, if you look at your body and say, hey, we could have some improvement of what my shape is here and not just lose weight. If you just lose weight, you're just going to be a smaller version of what you are now. If you want to reshape your body, then you got to work on the muscle part. That's what bar does. So does weightlifting. And what I'm looking at then is I'm looking at flexibility, strength, because strength, it protects your muscle and it protects your bone as we get a little older, it does. And I'm looking at flexibility, strength, endurance, cardiovascular, being able to do that. Yesterday I did a power walk around the lake. I took off almost 10 minutes and I did it like Tabata style, and I did it with the coach on the Peloton app. So I use that app almost exclusively. But I will tell you, Barre3, BARRE 3.com, you can get online classes. They're phenomenal. I used to do that, and Caroline and I used to do it all the time. So it was just, you know, I love Barre. It's small, little, tiny, weensy movements. And when you're using weights, it's a different type of a thing. When you mix it together, you get your body shapes up. You get core, you get your legs, you get your butt, you get everything. Everything. I was laying on my side today doing the clamshells, you know, with your legs like this, doing them, and I was saying a few unkind things to our instructor who didn't hear me. This is early in the morning. And I'm so thrilled because when I'm done, then I get to take a shower, get ready for the day, and it's all behind me. But Barre is phenomenal. Go to YouTube. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to guess. There's a bunch of free Barre classes. Give it a try. And remember this, when you're doing Barre, it is teensy tiny movements. So when they say pulse, I've seen people in class. So, you know, when I used to go to a Barre studio and see people in class, they'd be going like this, but it's teensy because that is harder to control. So you pulse and then it burns like, I'm not kidding, like a mow. You just going, whoa, that's enough of that. But it's doing something. It's right there. It's dealing with the muscle stuff. It's just fabulous. Kathy, I'm telling you, just wait till you get into Barre, then you're going to crave it. Your body craves it. And I say this to every woman. If you've got a lot of weight to lose and you're not doing Barre, you're missing out because those muscles need it. And I believe it's down to the very teensy tiny muscle inside of you. And then also Barre for 85-year-olds. Yes, ma'am, Rosemary, get on it. Get on it. It is control. It's tiny movement. And it's also acknowledging that our muscles are, you know, it's not just like the big movements that we do, like with a bicep curl. It's the small movements that we do. So in Barre, so you can see my arm a little bit, right? So when we're doing a Barre move, it's like this. It's tiny. And when you're doing big bicep moves like this, it's a little bit, it's a larger thing. I love it. I love it. So yes, do it. And again, YouTube is your gym. Use it. It's phenomenal. Okay. All right. Where else are we? We got another question here from Rena. How do we give you stars and how often can we? I say you give me stars all the time. And how do you do it? I have no idea. I believe this is a Facebook thing, and I don't know if you can do it now because we're no longer really on Facebook. We're using this application called StreamYard so we can stream also to YouTube. I don't know, but Facebook would be able to answer that, I bet. How can we raise our HDL? Cholesterol, which that's your good cholesterol. And so that's, you know, the things that you want to do. I will tell you exactly how to do that. More fiber in your diet, bring down all the bad fat, get rid of all the processed food, etc. You know how I feel about all that stuff anyway. And make sure you're adequately hydrated and that you are moving every single solitary day. When I had when my highest cholesterol wasn't very high at all, but I got to the place of, I think I was like at 237 or something like that. And of course, as soon as you go over 200, what do the doctors want to do? They want to put you on something, right? And I was like, you know, no, thanks. We don't need to be doing that. And I was in the process of losing weight at the time. And I said, you know, we'll talk in 6 months or a year whenever I come back. And when I came back, I was about 178. That's how I did it. Fiber, lots. I was very conscientious of my fiber. I was very conscientious of my diet. I lost the weight. You've got to lose the weight, by the way. And the fiber too, by the way, you know how you get rid of bad cholesterol? You poop it out. You poop it out. So guess what fiber's doing? It's taking that bad cholesterol out. Your body will process it and take it through, okay? Now, your mileage may vary, but the movement also helps. The movement and exercise also helps. And again, go to PubMed.com, and if you want to put in raise HDL. Just do that and look at the recommendations that are given. Look at all the studies that are there. You're going to see what I just told you. It's amazing. Have you tried King Oscar sardines? They're way tastier than Wild Planet. Wow. Okay. I have not tried them. I'm big on the Wild Planet stuff. How do they compare in mercury and omega? Well, all sardines are, the King Oscar sardines and the Wild Planet, they're probably all getting them from the same person, right? They're probably all buying their sardines from the same place. So they're going to be high in omega-3 fatty acids. This is one of the reasons why I say eat sardines. How do they compare in mercury? Well, this is one of the reasons why I want you eating sardines, is because there is no mercury really, or very teensy amounts, versus the mercury that you're going to get out of tuna, which is a game fish, or the mercury that you're going to get out of swordfish, which I won't even eat anymore because it's so full of mercury. Remember, the bigger the fish, the more the mercury. That's how it works. So do that. Stay with sardines for that kind of a thing. Let's see. And then Rena says, I've been wearing dental aligners since October, and at a dental appointment was told I was developing early stages of periodontal disease. What can I do? How can I better my oral biome? And then she gives me a Dr. Mercola article. Okay, so let me just address that really quick. Periodontal disease is, if you aren't flossing at least once a day, whoops. If you are flossing twice a day, even better. If you're wearing dental aligners, that means you can take them out and you can floss. I floss twice a day. And as a matter of fact, they're showing a real correlation between flossing and cardiac health. Isn't that funny how the health of your mouth is going to absolutely impact your entire body? So several things that you can do. Floss like you mean it, and floss twice a day. If I had a doctor saying, hey, early stages of periodontal disease, I would be flossing twice a day. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Absolutely 100%. Number 2, eat fermented food. Get rid of any sugar in your diet. Get rid of grains. Because there is a whole bunch of folks who believe that you can even reverse all kinds of things like that. Your oral biome is in direct correlation with what's going on in your gut biome. If you're not doing probiotics, you should be. If you're not eating prebiotic foods, you should be. Prebiotics are fiber. That's where your green comes in. That's where fiber mender comes in. That's where all kinds of stuff comes in. So that's what you want to be doing. And then you want to be brushing your teeth. My strong suggestion is to get an electric toothbrush. We have Oral-B makes one, and we have the other one. I can't remember what it's called, but we've had Sonicare, and it's 2 minutes. So what Mark does when he's doing it, sometimes I do, but not much. He's more on that. He'll do a squat sit at the wall in the bathroom and just squat for 2 minutes while he's brushing his teeth. And he has a whole regimen where he counts what he's doing and all around. So you want to do that all around your mouth. And then the last one, which nobody does, but I do because I'm a nut about this, and that is scrape your tongue. Our tongue has all kinds of awful bacteria on it, and especially way in the back of our tongue. Scraping your tongue with all the way in the back is gaggy. I won't lie to you. It's not fun. But don't use one of those weird tongue scrapers that look like, a curry comb for a horse. Don't use that. Get the one, I should have brought mine downstairs, but it's an Oral-B, and you can find them on Amazon. They're cheap. And it's a tongue scraper, and just get in there and scrape your tongue every time you brush your teeth. You should be brushing your teeth after every meal. Early stage of periodontal disease, become a freak about your teeth being clean. I am, and it makes all the difference in the world. It makes me feel a whole lot better. Eat fermented foods, get out the sugar, and be done with it. On one of your recent shows, you said there's a way to protect our skin from the sun. Can you please let me know? Yeah, zinc oxide. And if you go to ewg.org, you can find good, healthy sunscreens. There's a ton of bad sunscreen out there. Don't get any of them. Get the good stuff. And she said she tried the Dr. Mercola's green tea based one and ended up with freckles. And then she said, yuck, don't say yuck to freckles. I am covered in freckles. I call them kisses from angels. Yes, I do. Yeah, I mean, the thing is with sun is evil only if we are overexposed to it. Stay in the shade. Wear great big old Jackie O sunglasses. Put a hat on yourself. But also get out and have a little sun bath, as much skin as you can, for like 10 minutes. Or if you can't handle that much, then 5 minutes. But the point is that sun helps to activate vitamin D. Really does. And it's good for us a little bit. But again, and I always strongly suggest that if you get a sunscreen, understand they're not all created equal. Go to EWG.org, environmentalworkinggroup.org, and put sunscreen in the search, and then you'll find the best sunscreens you can use. And I'm going to tell you, they're all mineral-based with zinc in them. There you go. I used to put zinc oxide. I've got this silly upturned nose, and my nose would get red in a minute. So I walked around with a white nose all the time. All right, this one is from Lynn. If your Wise Women tea steeps for 7 to 10 minutes, does that diminish its potency? No, it does not, but it will make it bitter because the tannin just really is released a lot, and that does make it bitter. But if it's not bitter to you and you really enjoy it, yeah, and go for it. I'm in a position where I would like InflaCrusher or BioOmega, but I can't afford both right now. I'm already taking InflaCrusher, and I'm in the process of adding years to my life. I love you, by the way, Lynn. You're so great. By subtracting about 100 pounds. What information can you give me so I can better choose? Thank you so much for all you do. You're helping folks evolve into something greater than we ever imagined. That's my privilege. Thank you for that, Lynn. I really appreciate it. So a couple of things. First of all, I want to say, we can't out-supplement a bad diet. You know that. I've said that about 350 times, and you know that. I would say that to get enough BioOmega fatty acids in, here's what you can do instead of the BioOmega. I would stay with the InflaCrusher just simply because it's such an amazing formula and such a good curcumin, and that's this. I would do sardines once a week. I would do salmon once a week. I would have, believe it or not, chia seeds in my life and take that maybe, every day. Put that in your smoothie. You can gel them. You can make chia seed pudding, but just add those omega-3 fatty acids in. Will it be enough? Maybe not quite enough. I don't know where you're starting from, but it will be. It is a very present and good strategy for being conscientious about the fact that we need omega-3 fatty acids. So try that and see what you do. And you should, I hope, Lynn, you took advantage of our gala specials because we offered both of those at a smackin' crazy deal. All right, this one's from Lisa, and I left my hot milk mix by the sink. Lisa says, first, I'd like to give you and your community a huge virtual hug and tell you I love you all. I'm learning so much and making progress toward my goals, and with your help through education and encouragement. The gala segments were so fun. I don't always get to listen live, but usually catch up in the evening. Thank you for all you do. My questions. I take omeprazole, whatever, I can't say any of that stuff, 20 milligrams every day for acid reflux. Do you have a natural suggestion for a product I could replace it with? I chew Tums as well. Yes, I have a couple of suggestions for you. First of all, take our ACV. We have organic ACV, phenomenal stuff because it gets you past the ick factor of drinking apple cider vinegar in water. I'm sorry, but I have a hard time with that. I think I kind of gag on it. I can do it, but if I don't have to and I can take it in pill form, hello. And you can do the same thing. You choose your poison, right? Do it in pill form. And ours is a good choice because it's organic apple cider vinegar. It took us 4 months to get that sourced, by the way. And 2, or you can use regular apple cider vinegar. That helps with acid reflux, and it helps to keep the acid down. Remember this too, chew thoroughly. Don't drink a ton of water with your meals, and just be really mindful. That's what we talk about, is being mindful, right? That really does help a lot. If you're still having an issue, we have digestimes, which could really help, or glycosine. If you also have a blood sugar issue, I would go with the glycosine. And those can be taken like 1 to 2 or even more, depending on where you are, right before your meal. 15 minutes before your meal with a good 6 ounces at least of water. And that will do is aid the stomach acid, that's too little stomach acid, by the way, that's in your stomach, and help you digest better. It will make all the difference in the world. I've got Mark on this, by the way, because he used to be the Tums guy. And I was like, this is ridiculous. You can't chew Tums on my watch. I know how to fix this. So give that a try. We have them all in the shop as well. We have the ACV in the shop. We have the digestzymes that I was telling you, and we also have the glycosine. Let's see. Lisa also says, I've had weight loss surgery. Okay, let's see. I've had weight loss surgery, vertical sleeve gastrectomy. Is there anything I need to be mindful of with the supplements and hot melt whey? I wish I could have found you before I had to resort to surgery to lose 80 pounds and avoid diabetes. Oh, bless your heart. Okay, so no, everything that we have is fine with weight loss surgery candidates, with those who've had the surgery. Everything that we have, including the hot melt mix, just don't mix it. I know with any kind of weight loss, you can't have any carbonation whatsoever. So just don't mix it. Like I always say, drink it with the mineral water because it's so good, but don't do that. So you should be fine. And especially too, when you have weight loss surgery, you are less likely, you're less absorbent, shall we say, of your minerals and all of that. And I think actually hot melt mix will really help you. She has another question. I've noticed on the SAME package, it says use special caution in individuals with bipolar disorder. I was diagnosed with bipolar 20 years ago and have it fairly managed with medication. I have been taking a SAME and I didn't notice that until today. I haven't noticed any adverse concerning side effects, but think I should stop. Please advise. Strong suggestion, talk to your doctor and tell him about your suggestion, about what you're doing, and see what he thinks or she thinks, because I can't advise you about medication. I'm not a doctor. I can only advise you about supplements. So what they do and their efficacy and why we have them and how they're supposed to work in your body. So I would absolutely 100% talk to your doc about that and see what the advice is on that. She also says, this sisterhood is amazing and I thank God for you all every day. Well, Lisa, I am just so blessed that you're a part of our community and you're one of the reasons why. All right, Christy's asking, how you did your hair for the gala on Wednesday night and on Thursday's Daily Dish. You looked gorgeous. Thank you. You are always beautiful inside and out. She says that when I have on my big sweatshirt and my hair back. Okay, so how I did it, let me see if I can show you. So I'm going to show you what this side. So this side, because I have it parted, but what I do, it's super easy, and you need if you want to make it fuller, you can back comb. Remember when our moms used to do that? Catherine, you were 246. I was 237. Yeah, I know what that is. But anyway, so getting down to business here. We got hair to do. I don't have any pins to show you, but you're going to get the general drift. Okay, so you just grab a piece like this, and let's just say I back combed it, and I know breakage, right? And then I just did kind of one of these curly twirly thingies. I'm not doing a good job of it. And then you get out the bobby pins and you just load that business down with bobby pins. Okay, then you take the next part. Do I have a bobby pin around here? Anyone? Usually I do. I have like 8 million bobby pins. So that's one done. And then I go to the next part and I do the same thing and I keep going. And then at the very end, once I get to the very end, then I've got this like long ponytail thing hanging. All I do is just take my fingers and roll it up and stick 2 bobby pins, and that's how it's done. So I think I did that for every single segment because I was like, what am I going to do? My curlers don't work. They're broken. Haha, we all know what happened there. And so the one, when I had the ponytail left, I just brought all that ponytail business forward. That's what I did for both of those segments. So now you know my hair secrets. Susan, she said, did you see what Susan said? I no longer have acid reflux since being on saving dinner supplements and losing weight. It's true. That's your best bet too. But in between, definitely do the ACV, definitely do the Digestimes. They just make all the difference in the world. Hey, Sarah, tell your 3-year-old I said hello. Yeah, it is a Zoom call. We just have to say hi to everybody. Sort of like one. All right, we have more questions, I think. Yes, we do. She said, also, what's the status of the new book? Well, that's right now. Marla's got it. I have my part's done. Marla's got it. And we're going to be, I'm sure we'll be able to get it out probably by the summer. I'm hoping by the summer. Yeah, it's taken a little bit longer. I think COVID threw us for a loop and kind of put everybody off their game. And, right when everything was happening, then there was, you remember that her nephew was ill and then he passed and all of that. So there was a lot going on. And so that's where we are right now with it. It's kind of parked, but I have a feeling it will definitely be coming out. She said, thank you. And thank you for putting the live shows on YouTube. There we go. It's nice to be there in real time when you can. I am so glad that you found that helpful. I'm loving the new platform. It's so much easier for us too. All right. This is from Priscilla. Do you have a recipe for dog food? I do not, but on our Saving Dinner YouTube, that's youtube.com/saving dinner. Oh, you can see it. And if you want to see what I'm talking about, the carousel of crazy, just kind of take a look at all those videos. Probably 15, 16, 18 years of videos. You can see me in all different sizes, folks. I'm telling you, up and down. There's the carousel of crazy right there in front of your eyes. I have a recipe for dog biscuits made with tuna. And you can find them at the YouTube, savingdinner.com/YouTube. My little dog, Jewel, I had a little Chihuahua dog, not my choice, by the way. This little dog yipped itself crazy. It made me insane. But anyway, Jewel, when I started to mix that stuff up, she went berserk and she's going nuts in the video. It's pretty funny. And that one was from, oh my gosh, probably 2002. So it's from years ago. Do you need to stop taking any of the supplements before surgery or during recovery time? You need to talk to your doctor about what's okay to take and what isn't. That's really super important. Can infrapressure be taken if you're on pain medication? I don't see a contraindication, but again, check with your doc. We always have to be really conscientious. There's things I just don't know about these kind of things because I'm not a doctor. I'm a mere nutritionist. I always say, I want you to be as healthy as possible, but there are times when it is absolutely appropriate to put stuff aside while you're going through certain things. Like, for example, our Bio-Omega-3 X, I love that stuff. But if you're going to go into surgery, your doctor's going to tell you, don't be taking any fish oil. So don't take it because it thins the blood. And they don't want you having thin blood when you're doing surgery because they want to be able to stop the bleeding. Thin blood on your inside is good when you're not having surgery, right? It's a whole different thing. Anyway, that's it. That's all I know about that. And always defer to the doc, always. And that, my friends, you love my hair for the gala, huh? Yes. We have a doggy e-treat book. I forgot about it. Linda went crazy one day and did a high ponytail. I want to see this. Sarah, we want to see the high ponytail. You're gonna have to model that. We do have another next month. I guess we're kind of rounding the corner on this month. Can you believe it? Next month, we're going to be doing a pajama party. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. And keep an eye out in tomorrow's Daily Dish email for the doggy treats. Do we take care of you or what? That's what we do. Anyway, you guys, it's been a ball. Thank you so much for being a part of this. And look at us. We got done with Friday Q&A in record time. I am too, Linda. I feel, you know what I'm going to do as soon as I'm done with this show? Ponytail. You got it. You got it. Ponytail. So tomorrow is Soulful Saturday. Are you coming? I hope so, because we kick off really our new week. Excuse me, on Saturday. We have a new quote. And I'm going to be bringing things, we're going to be talking about firsts. We're going to start, I'm going to say we're going to start the week tomorrow with eating frogs. Who wants to eat some frogs with me? Anyone? Pinkies up. Oh, and by the way, I'm getting a puppy. It's a silver lab, and I need a name. Jenny and I are kind of stuck on Sprinter. Wouldn't that be cute? And guess what? Mark just rolled his eyes. He didn't like it. We need to have a name that, works. So yes, 2 puppies. And I'll show you the picture. You can see the puppy video on my personal page. So cute. And I will see you tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern, same channel. Pinkies up.
Thanks for watching. You can find us on YouTube on the Saving Dinner channel or on the Saving Dinner Facebook page. Check back daily for new episodes, Monday to Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern. If you missed the live show, you can watch the replay. Until next time, pinkies up.